Hello, we're here today with Andrea Lavigne. Andrea has been a work-at-home mom for several years and a serial entrepreneur, starting off in interior design, moving to health and wellness, and now moving into social media technology. So, Andrea, tell us about how you transferred from health and wellness into social media.
Hi, Ray. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me and having this opportunity. And I'm super proud for what I have achieved and how many people I have helped. Because being a stay-at-home mom kind of goes with the stigma of you're isolated from everybody, right? And it is a big change from running an interior design business, a full-blown interior design business, and then becoming a stay-at-home mom, right? So when that happened 8 years ago, I kind of wanted to stay in touch with the business world. And the only way for me to do that is have a home-based business that I can do from home, but I have the flexibility of meeting people as well as focusing on raising my children.
Yep.
And that's what happened. That's how I started my health and wellness business, which I'm very passionate about. And with that came me tapping back into my marketing background because of the limitations of being a stay-at-home mom. Like, I could not go out and network as much as I wanted to. I could not go to these endless coffee meetups. So I had to kind of think outside the box and see how I can use my marketing skills and promote my business and generate leads. And that's what led to adapting to the technology part of marketing and looking at digital marketing.
So now for the last 2 years, I think you've been involved in kind of coming up, working with a digital marketing solution. So instead of me having to go to Facebook or LinkedIn or build a website, you're working with a group of people. You've built a technology that allows you to do all of these things in one. And in fact, I'm a customer, so I've experienced it, and really quite fascinating. How did you get involved in this?
Well, I'm not a techie, so I did not create the software. I have met some people, very smart people, Harvard educated people actually, who have developed lots of softwares before, and actually it's a Canadian company.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 years ago, I started using their software to generate leads for my home health and wellness business. And this past 3 years, this company has grown into this full-blown software digital marketing platform that has been helping small businesses, entrepreneurs to create their online presence and let them do their business as opposed to worry about the every little nitty-gritty part of digital marketing.
Yeah, saving me a ton of time. Yes. So,
That's what it does, yes.
so your ideal client then are probably people like you and myself. I mean, you started as a customer. People building small businesses or at-home businesses or even medium-sized businesses that want to grow.
Oh, absolutely. Especially these days that now that we're in the lockdown, it's even more important to have an online presence. And
Right.
unfortunately, a lot of small business owners and entrepreneurs, they only had a website, and you still have to drive traffic to the website. So now you are realizing that personal contact of the one-on-one is not enough. So
Right.
you have to put yourself out there even more. And that's what digital marketing helps with. And that's where it comes into that you have to look at what are the different aspects of digital marketing to have that full front to back support of social media that you need to have a business and have a visibility completely.
Yeah. So, what's your advice? I mean, so many people are now experiencing work from home for the first time. You and I have been doing it for a while. What's your advice for people that are now have to work from home, and how do you change, or what do you need to change, or what's the attitude you need to make it work?
Well, first and foremost, I would recommend that try to put yourself out there and do not be afraid. You have to keep yourself and your business in your prospects and in your client's mind. And for me, the best way to do that is go and put out content.
Mm-hmm.
Be everywhere, be omnipresent. If you can do Facebook Lives, then do Facebook Lives. If you don't know what to say that, because people love to relate to people who are struggling with the same thing that they are struggling with, right? And if you are on Facebook, then be on Instagram, be on LinkedIn, be on Twitter or YouTube, like everywhere. Just make sure that people can find you everywhere. Because I don't know if you remember, Wayne, but there was a time when they said that if you put out too many posts on Facebook, then Facebook buries it. I don't believe personally that that's the right advice, because we know that, like, I have almost 4,000 friends on Facebook, and maybe a fraction of them see my posts, and that's Facebook algorithm. So if I put out only one post a day, the chances of the fraction seeing that is very small. But if I put out 3-4 different kind of content, it doesn't always have to be about the business, but just to keep yourself in the mind of people, and you put out more content a day, then the chances of somebody seeing it is a lot bigger than if you just have that one post that might get buried.
Yeah, and in fact, the Facebook algorithm, like the LinkedIn algorithm and YouTube, they're based on comments and shares. If you get 25 shares in 1 hour, their algorithm assumes this is something really important and viral, and they'll pump it out to a whole bunch of people. And so there is a science behind it, and it's part of what I teach people as well. Now, you actually did a Facebook Live today as well.
Yes, it's very interesting, and somehow the topic is exactly the same or very similar. And I was talking about my journey of how I got to where I got, and it's just very interesting how engaging people get when you put yourself out there and you talk about the hardships and the hurdles and the obstacles that you had to go through. So people love feeling connected, and that's one of the ways of doing that. And that's what the algorithm is riding on, engagement, not the likes. Likes don't mean anything anymore. It's the engagement, absolutely. And the other advice that I would like to give is that if you are on Facebook and you are not really comfortable going live yet, but at least you're posting a few like memes or motivational quotes, go and comment on other people's posts as well, because that also brings up the algorithm, and that is engaging, right? So other people appreciate you engaging with them, so they will reciprocate.
And just to prove the point, we've actually never met in person, but we have met 5-6 times now electronically, and building a friendship and building a relationship, and
absolutely.
I'm using the software you talked about, for example. So for people out there who would like to get to know you or connect with you, how do we find you?
My name is my website, www.andrealavigne.com.
Okay.
Very simple. And if you go on my website, you can find a button there that says message me. That will open a messenger chat, so you can find me directly and
email?
And say hi, or my email is, again, very simple, Andrea@andrealavigne.com.
Okay, and you're on LinkedIn as well. And Facebook.
Yes, I am. Yes. So, LinkedIn, it's I'm Andrea Lavigne. Facebook is andrea.lavigne.torak. I had to put my maiden name there as well, because there's other Andrea Lavignes as well. So Instagram, everywhere, I am, like the 2 letters, I am Andrea Lavigne.
Excellent. Andrea, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for introducing me to the software you're using. And I know it can help a lot of people out there just simplify their lives. It saves me a couple of hours a day. And I really appreciate you connecting me with it. I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us. And
Thank you.
hopefully
Thank
that
you,
was
Wayne.
helpful.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best with this podcast and or webcast. I have seen a few interviews already, and you're doing an amazing job, and the interviews are great. So congratulations. And if whoever is watching, please share these webcasts out and let other people know how they can get in touch with all the people who have been interviewed and will be interviewed as well.
Excellent. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.